Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information Minister Honorable Ernest Hiller reflected on the weekend's events, deeming it a wonderful success. He extended thanks to all those responsible for making the events possible, including teams and sponsors, and whom he stated came out in record numbers to support the festival. Hiller shared that this year featured the largest number of events and the highest public participation to date. He mentioned that the event's multiple dimensions make it challenging to determine a singular measure of success.
Depending on which area you involve in, you may have a fantastic experience in getting to the venue. You enter the venue well, and there's a nice vibe. The performances were great, but maybe the food wasn't great. Or sometimes you had a fantastic performance and everything worked out well, but the traffic management was a nightmare. There are different experiences within the overall experience.
Hiller indicated that preparations for 2026 are already underway. He noted that traffic management remains a significant concern for the ministry, primarily due to venue infrastructure issues.
Where the national park is located, one road leading to it. So there's one entrance road, which is the same exit road, and the parking and the shuttles. And I've been working in trying to develop an efficient, park and ride system since 2005 when I was involved in cricket. We've been trying to get this right. We've had successes, we have failures. Now I'm not directly involved in the operations, so I know it's a challenge to get it right.
Despite these challenges, Hiller expressed his satisfaction with the venue layout, praising the performances and noting the remarkable turnout. He highlighted that next year promises to be even more exciting, with potential changes in planning, including the possibility of using Mikoud's Point Vierge as an alternative venue. He also mentioned ongoing considerations for managing event attendance, citing Kingdom Night on Wednesday, May 7th, which hosted over 8,000 people.
Are we going to make it even bigger next year, and how do we do so? Because it is a special night for a demographic of our population. There were a lot of elderly people sitting on Kingdom Night. And how do we cater for them? Because these are people, if you're going to tell them their vehicle is parked by landings and they have to walk up the stretch, and the more elderly persons. So how do we cater for the elderly on a Wednesday night, Kingdom Night? Those things we have to think about. The opening night at Phillip Park, we had more than 11,000 patrons there. How much bigger can we allow it to get? So we have some issues we need to reflect on.
He reiterated his overall satisfaction with this year's festival and shared that plans for next year are already in motion.
We want the community teams to incorporate more arts into their events, and maybe not just one day of music, maybe a number of days, including the arts, the visual arts, the performing arts, to be part of it. We want St. Lucia to become a creative space for those 2 weeks. We do not want the festival to just be a musical experience. We want it to be a broader creative experience.
The tourism minister acknowledged that there are still some issues to address, but assured that efforts are underway to overcome these challenges and ensure that next year's event is even bigger and better. Kayla Edwin, MBC Prime.